A UK-based Nigerian parent recently found out their only child is gay. The way they handled the situation have landed this parent in serious trouble. These parents, they have been in the UK for more than 5 years. Their only child, and they said the reason they did everything to come to the UK in search of a better life is because they wanted their child to have a better life. They were shocked when the son told them that he is gay, and the way and manner they approach the situation, it has caused them big trouble. Good afternoon. Thank you for joining us. The Launch Club is where you hear the latest update about the daily lived experience of immigrant in the diaspora. For those seeing my face for the first time, my name is Francis. This Nigerian family, as we are speaking now, they are in hot water. They moved to the UK not 5 years ago as a family. The family initially came on a student route. The son came to join them later, and the family, they are doing well. They are settled in the UK. The father said when they were in Nigeria, they never suspected anything in their son. Their son was just a normal son, well behaved, no problem. But they noticed that when the boy was around the age of 11 and 12, he stopped showing interest in the things that he used to enjoy, such as playing football, doing activities that a lot of his friends who are boys they were taking part in. He wasn't showing any interest in that. The parents said they didn't read any meaning into it. They just thought it was just a young boy who was going through different phases in his life. This young boy, the school that he attends, he has one friend. That friend is the closest friend to the boy. That friend is another young boy. This young boy, he is 15 years old at the time when the parents said they started noticing what they call strange things. They said this young boy, he would come home with this friend that he said it was his friend, and he told his parents that him and this boy, that they were doing reading together. The parents said they didn't suspect anything. Why would they suspect? Seeing two young boys, two teenagers, 15 years old, coming home saying they were doing reading together. They said that's normal. The mom said that she noticed that this boy and this other young boy, they will be in the son's room. They'll be in the son's room. They never thought anything was going on there until one day the mom said when she came upstairs, she didn't knock. She saw her son and this young boy, who is the son, the same age with his son, lying. The boy was lying on his son's bed. They were holding each other. The woman said when she saw the boy, she said, what is going on? But she didn't read any meaning to it. She just thought it was just normal. Again, she said she saw this other boy again with his son, they cuddling. She said she asked the boy, why is it that you and this boy, you are cuddling? The son said, we're just friends. She didn't say anything. The mother said, what shook her one day? This mom, come from a very, very strict Christian background in Nigeria. She said one day she came into the son's room and she saw the son, who was just about to turn 16 years, kissing this boy. Mom said she was shocked. My son, who I have done everything for him to come to the UK and have a better life, the only child, is kissing another boy. The mom didn't know how to handle the situation, but she did not want to tell the father immediately. She was still confused. The father himself, one day, meanwhile, the mom didn't tell the father because she said she just didn't know she was. She said she was in shock, but she told the pastors and told people back home in Nigeria. If you know anyone who has teenage children living in the Western world, kindly ensure that they see this video because there are valuable lessons that they can learn from this family situation. The mom said she told people back home that, my son, this is what I saw. When she told the pastor back home now said the boy is spiritually possessed, that they will need to pray so that they can convert the boy from whatever, according to the mom, said the pastor said, whatever demon that is using this boy, that they need to pray out. The father said when he himself saw this boy, the son, holding hand with this other boy, the way they're holding hand, he was thinking, what is going on? Why is my son? He was driving. The son didn't know that the father saw them. The boy was holding hand. Him and this boy, they were holding. It was now when the father now found out from the wife what has been going on. That is when the father started saying, oh, yes, now this makes sense. I saw my son one day holding hand with this guy. I can now understand what was going on. As soon as the parents realized what was going on, that this boy, they started calling they called the pastor in East London. The pastor in Nigeria gave them the contact of another pastor in the UK. The pastor is based in London. That pastor now gave them anointing oil. He now told them to be praying and doing that. The boy would change. The mom was still worried. The pastor now said they should bring this boy to the church for deliverance, prayers, and everything that they need to pray to convert the boy so that whatever spirit is into this boy, so that the boy can stop. This boy was in school term. The pastor asked them to bring the boy for a week that they should pray. The parents then took the boy to the place in church where they were doing a deliverance for the boy in their church. While they were doing the deliverance, the school then called mom and said, where is this son? They haven't seen him in school. Mom initially lied and said, oh, he's not well. He's not well. Okay. The school didn't see him the next day. They have to do welfare check because the boy's friend, the other friend that they think the parents suspect that they're in a relationship, had already told the school that he believes that the boy told him that the parents are taking him to convert him not to be gay again. The boy reported to the school. The school became concerned and they had to do welfare check. They came to the house, knock on the door. Meanwhile, the boy is in the church in London. They knock on the door. They said they are looking for the boy. Since the parents said the boy is not where they want to see the boy, the parents could not present this boy. Where is the son that you said is at home? They said the son. They started giving excuses. The people left and they called the police. Police is not involved in this matter. The parents eventually admitted that this boy is in church in London, that they are praying. The police asked them, why are they praying for your son and you yourself as the parents, you're not there when they are praying for your son? The parents eventually asked the boy to return back home. When the boy returned back home, children's services were notified. The meeting was between the parent and children's services. So every time they have the meeting, the mom would just say, hey, my only son, he's going to be gay. My only son, hey, who's going to give me grandchildren? My only son. No. When social services are having meeting with parents to try to address the concern, mom is always deregulated, shouting, my only son, my enemy, they're after me, my son cannot be gay. Social service became really concerned. We are trying to work with you guys to address this concern, and you are still saying that you will find solution to change your son so that your son will not be gay. The boy was accommodated. The local authority now said, this boy, we are really concerned that this boy is at risk of suffering significant harm. We need to accommodate this boy. The parents signed what we call Section 20 voluntary accommodation for the boy to be accommodated. When the parents sign Section 20 accommodated, every time they have contact with the boy, they are still giving him anointing oil anointing oil to pray. And the pastor said we should give anointing oil. The local authority became concerned. They had to go to court and apply for interim care order. And they said contact between this boy and his parents must now be supervised because they are really concerned about the welfare of this young boy who is now 16 years of age. The parents were getting advice from people back home in Nigeria who were advising them that this cannot happen, that this boy is possessed, that they need to pray the devil out of this boy so that this boy cannot be gay. Parents, fathers keep saying, I am a leader in my church. I cannot explain to people. I have been preaching against homosexuality before. How can I explain to people that my own son is not gay and he will never have a child for me again? The man eventually, when he came to his senses after the local authority have obtained interim care order, he now realized that he needed to work with the local authority and he was willing to work with the local authority. The woman was the one that was struggling to accept the fact that the son is now gay, told them he's gay. After 3 months of the boy living in care, the local authority then said, okay, we want this boy to return back home under what we call supervision order and what we call prohibition step order, which means that you cannot take this boy out of the country again until we close this case. Until this boy reaches 18 years old, he cannot leave the UK again. The parents agreed, they signed what we call a safety agreement with the local authority to say that they are not going to take their only son out. Meanwhile, they've already made it clear to the parent that they must stop giving the boy anointing oil. They must stop giving him, trying to pray for him to change to not to be gay. The parents said yes, they signed the agreement with the local authority. The boy can return back home. The boy returned back home. Not knowing that the parents have been advised by their pastor in London and the pastor in Nigeria that just allow them to bring the boy back home. Once they allow them to bring the boy back home, we'll come up with a plan to take this boy out of the country. That was their plan. The boy eventually returned back home. As when the boy returned back home with his parents, the boy, then everybody thought everything was happening. The parents told him that your friend will never, that your gay partner, the 16 years old gay partner, must not come to this house again. Must not come. We're going to look for another school for you because we believe that the school is where you met this boy. We cannot believe that you that was in Nigeria, you didn't show any sign, and all of a sudden you came to England and you're not telling us that you're not gay. We're not going to take this one. The boy came home. He was at home with his parents. Everybody thought everything was now fine. Not knowing that the parents have already bought tickets to take this boy out of the country because the pastor in Nigeria and the pastor in East London have advised them that once the boy comes home, everybody will start putting eye in your play, in your eye, the government will not be putting eye in your case again. Everything will be fine. These are parents who were informed that the local authority had already applied for prohibition step order. The parents bought tickets. I don't know what they said they gave the boy. They said the boy became confused. They were taking the boy to the airport. They want to go and take this boy out of the country. The boy wasn't happy. They took him to the airport. They gave them their passport. The boy flagged up. The boy flagged up that this boy cannot be taken out of the country. As soon as the boy flagged up, immigration officers, they arrested the parents because concerned that the information had already been shared with multi-agency teams. They arrested the parents for attempting to take this boy, who they have already told not to take this boy. The mother is now blaming the father, that the father was the one that came up with the idea, that she said to the father, don't do this. The father kept saying, if they reach Nigeria, that the moment the boy touches his foot on Nigeria, that all this madness that he's saying that he's gay, that the thing will clear in his eye. She said she begged the father. The saddest part of this is that these parents, they've never had trouble with the police before. They are carers. They are working in the care sector. They have not going to have criminal conviction because of what they have done. They've been arrested. And they arrest them. The boy told them that he doesn't want to go back to his parents again. So now their only son that they are trying to protect has said to his father and mother, I don't want you guys again, because you take me to the church, and this church, they said the boy told the authority that they took him to church, that this boy will fast, they won't force this boy to fast. This boy will fast no food. They'll give him anointing oil to drink, that the boy, to cure the gain from the boy. The boy said, I'm not going back to the parents. The parents have lost their son, they've lost their career, and now they are in ruin. Both parents are blaming themselves. What are the lessons that you can learn? This is a very, very sad situation. Most people from African immigrant background will understand this. Do you blame the parents, or who do you blame? Let me know what your views are about this couple, this situation that they found themselves. They would watch this video. Leave your comment in the comment section so that they can read and advise them. If you have any story that you want to share with myself or my team, my number is in the description section of this video. We will share it if we think our people can learn. If you've seen any value in this content, kindly share and like so that more people can see this video. These parents, I feel sorry for them for the situation that they found themselves.